Hi, this is Chris with CryptoStopper. In this video, I'm just going to take a couple minutes to talk about our PowerShell installer script. So we put this script together just to make it really easy for the installations. You can load this into your RMM and use the script to push installs directly to your agents at your customer locations. So it makes it really great to be able to install remotely and also silently. You can install it in the background while your users are using their workstations and they won't notice any difference. So there are a few parts to the script here that we'll talk about real fast. This is an example of the script which I have configured in Ninja RMM. This is a customer specific script. And I mean customer specific because it contains the serial key for the installer for this particular customer. So there are a couple of different ways that I could do this. I can create a script per customer and include the serial key for each one. So whenever I'm ready to do an install, or if new installs come up later on down the road, I'll always have that script available to push it to that customer with the correct key, and it's all ready to go. The other option is you could create one single script, which is a master installer, and just remember that each time you want to install this, you would have to, at a different customer location, you would just have to update the serial key here. So a couple different options there. In this example, again, this is a customer specific install because I have a serial key for my customer set, and it's also named for that customer. So looking at this script, it's pretty simple as far as how it's configured and what it does. So I'll walk you through that real quick. There are a couple variables and then that we're going to talk about, and then of course line 24, we need to update this with the serial key for our particular customer. So the variables that we have to put this together is, the first one is the web path. It's just the path to download CryptoStopper from the web. Then of course we need a temp path to download that to and unpack. So we've got a local path variable for ctemp CryptoStopper_install. The first piece of the script just checks to see if the folder exists. It's likely not there, so if it doesn't exist, it will go ahead and create that folder, ctemp CryptoStopper_install. Next, it will download that folder. We're going to invoke a web request from the web path, and we're going to output that file that we download to the temp directory. So now we've created the temp directory and we have the CryptoStopper installer downloaded. So the next piece is we do need to create a JSON file and pair it with the MSI installer so that we can license CryptoStopper with the correct license for the customer. So in this case, we're just creating that file, the JSON cs_config.json in ctemp CryptoStopper install, and we're writing the customer specific serial key to it. So at this point, we've created the directory, we've downloaded the installer, and we have paired a JSON config file with it. The last thing we need to do is just install CryptoStopper. So we're going to call MSI exec. We're going to quietly, with no prompt, install this in the background. And again, we're just calling the installer from the local path and pairing it with the JSON that contains the license key. So once you have configured this script and saved it, and you have pointed this script and pushed it out to the specific customer endpoints, the only thing that you have left to do is you will need to log into the servers, open CryptoStopper, open settings, and configure the Active Directory credentials. So the Active Directory credentials are required to send a shutdown command to a malicious workstation. Other than that, these are fully configured if you have the options to auto protect the user profiles, the volume, and the server shares configured in the portal for the customer. So as long as those are configured, CryptoStopper will install, it will can license itself, it will show up in the portal, it will do an integrity check and check in with the portal, and then it will configure the folders that should be protected and any exclusions that you have set. Now, alternatively, there is another method which I have documented in another RMM called Atera. And with Atera, you can actually create a variable for your license key. And what this customer did is they imported the script into Atera and they modified line 24 with this license key variable that they created. And so at this point, what will happen is when the customer pushes this, or excuse me, when the MSP pushes this to their customer, before it gets pushed out to the endpoints, it will actually ask that MSP what license key is associated with this customer install. And so it will prompt you for that. You'll tell it what the license key is, and then it will continue on and push it out to those endpoints selected with that license key. So this script is available in the link that you reviewed the video in. If you have any questions, any issues with it, you can always reach out to support@getcryptostopper.com, and we will help you with any questions that you might have. Now, if you are troubleshooting this and you're having some issues, I suggest just going through it piece by piece. Run this to make sure it creates the temp directory. Run this to ensure that it downloads CryptoStopper. Run this piece, make sure that it creates the JSON. And then finally, if we get all the way down to the installer, run that installer and see if that's the point where it is failing. But you can follow this step by step just to ensure that it is working correctly. And I always suggest before you push this out to new customers, go ahead and test it on one endpoint just to make sure everything went smoothly. And again, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, reach out to support@getcryptostopper.com, and we will help you out and resolve any issues that you have. Thank you. Have a good day.